And that comes from not talking.
Uh-huh.
That comes from being afraid to broach the subject, period. I mean, that even goes back to the schools or the colleges. We don't want to talk about sex, you understand me, because parents may, protest or whatnot, but the bottom line is young adults, young high schoolers are having sex, that the teen pregnancy rate hadn't gone down and that type of thing. So, but if we could initiate conversations surrounding sex, then we could throw in some education, the way as people can protect themselves, whether protect them from the children from being pregnant or not. I don't get into that part. When I'm out on the street, I generally tell people, hey, we want the babies, but the thing about it is we want you safe. Until you know that you are safe, use these condoms, prophylactics, use these, and then when you get ready to have a baby, then, once you get the proper test, your partner tested and that type of thing. But the lack of the conversation from the beginning is what's keeping us in the dark about the virus, because we cannot engage a person if they won't even talk about sex, period. And then if we are not allowed to talk about sex with the youth, we can't engage them to educate.
And I'm sort of curious about this too, because now if we say that one of the problems in terms of dealing with this is that we disseminate knowledge and information, and it does not seem that we've done that. We've been doing that all along, but how is it that we need more knowledge? And I mean,
well, the thing is, we can tell one person over and over again what to do, and it's up to them to react on it. And there's a lack of maturity. That's what it really is. There's a lack of maturity. You're mature enough to have sex, but you're not mature enough to have this conversation before you have sex. And there's the lack of condom negotiation within women. They don't want to tell this guy because he might leave me if I tell him he has to put on a condom. We can't have sex without a condom. We can't. I can't do it. And that's that's an issue within itself. The lack of maturity. You're mature enough to lay down, but you're not mature enough to protect yourself.
And so it's a what about some kind of vaccine? I mean, did we give up on that entirely, or what?
No, they're still working on the vaccine. They still, it's still in trials or whatnot. They don't have anything, substantial to offer us in that aspect. So only thing we still have is education. And I really appreciate the question that you just asked, because the information hadn't changed. It hadn't gotten more complex or anything. It's still simple and dry and cut. You know what I mean? But I think that not having the response from the public that you would like, is what's keeping the education is out there. It's not anything different than 10 or 15 years ago as far as how you get it, how you don't get it or whatnot. I think that our acceptance level is just probably either down or at the same level, to whereas we constantly talking to the same people. The people who are interested in what we're saying are protecting themselves. You understand what I'm saying?
Like preaching to the choir.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of the time,
the folks who need to hear it
not hearing it. Exactly. That's why something like this is very important, because you reach a wide range of people that can extend the knowledge to other segments of the population. You see what I mean? Yeah.
Okay, we've got about a minute and a half, Mr. Williams, before we end this show for today. But do you have any kind of parting statements that you would like to make, as well as Mr. Davis?
I would just like to say that I'm gonna go back and say, protect yourself. I mean, when you look at the professional athletes, they don't go play football without their shoulder pads. They don't play basketball without their mouthpiece. You shouldn't have sex without a condom. Protect yourself. As simple as that.
Dave?
I like to say that everyone has an HIV status. Do you know yours? Is everyone either positive or negative? And the most important thing is to know it. Protect it. Get tested today.
And so nobody is immune to this. As a matter of fact, this is a human disease.
Exactly.
And so I think I've heard Mr. Crowder say on a number of occasions that if it's human, then you might have it.
Exactly.
It's a possibility.
And more importantly, it's an acquired. So that means you did something to get this.
And, and I think they said earlier, it's a behavioral kind of thing that it just doesn't jump on you.
Right. You got to do something.
Okay, and let me thank the two of you for coming by and,
thank you for having
and trying to put a little levity to it, because it's such a tragic kind of situation.